Virginia?
Great.
You had a chance to watch the game now, I presume.
I watched it that night.
Okay. What did you think of the minutes you guys had with Taelon and Ben Shepherd together with the second unit in that second quarter?
Well, it illustrates the position we're in, and we're going to have to find creative solutions. I thought they did okay.
I guess on that note, what led the decision to move on from Cameron Payne, I guess, and what is, at this point, the plan at point guard moving forward?
Didn't work out, and we'll figure it out. I mean,
Yeah.
A lot of things are right now based on health, and TJ's out for a while. Quentin's out here shooting some shots. He's doing better, but it's going to be a while. He's not going to be ready for Oklahoma. And so, we're looking at everything. We're looking at the waiver wire. We're looking at people's nephews and uncles and everything else. But good point guards aren't growing on trees. So, we're going to have to be creative.
You obviously got Taelon some work there at point guard. I mean, what do you like about him in that spot? I mean, it's not necessarily been his natural position, but I mean, what do you like? What did he show you in terms of his ability to handle that position?
Well, he's a resourceful guy. I asked him during the Oklahoma game, coming out of a timeout, if he's ever played point guard. He said, no, but I'm willing to try. And so I don't think we played him any at point in that game, but we have some things we're dealing with where, we got to look at everything. And Shepard's played a little bit of point in college, and he's played a little bit with us. So that might be what we have to do for a while.
Any update on Jarrison? I didn't make the trip on Friday.
He did some things today. Doing better. Yeah. Furphy's doing better too. They both did some stretches of practice today.
Any sense that they have a chance of playing on Thursday against him?
Don't know for sure. Tomorrow's an off day, and it's a big day for treatment and trying to bring these guys along even further. So, Tuesday will be a day where we'll probably have some kind of a better idea, but I'm not sure.
You guys changed up the center rotation a little bit in San Antonio. I think James is with the reserves. Now that you have four centers, how do you feel about how they did in these preseason games? Do you have a good sense of what your rotational plan will be for those guys when the season starts?
We're working on it. It's really the truth. There's no set plan. When you have a center by committee situation, game to game, it can vary based on matchups, the playing style of your opponent, etc. So we'll have to see what's what.
It's obviously a lot of challenges that you've just gone over as far as personnel, but what do you feel like you accomplished, I guess, in the preseason games where you feel like you made progress, and what how much I guess
Well, we've learned a lot about this group, and we have a lot of new pieces. And we have a lot of guys that were here last year that are going to be in different roles, and so seeing them in some of the different roles is important. And I don't know that you can find a more challenging opening game, but these kinds of games against good teams, which we really had in all four of the games. Oklahoma didn't have a lot of their main guys here for the second game, but San Antonio is going to be a factor in the West. I mean, that's a very good team. We didn't even see Fox on their team. So, we saw some stretches against very good competition, and we're learning.
Now that you've seen 4 games of Isaiah Jackson post-recovery, does anything feel necessarily different about the way he was playing or the things he was doing in those games?
Well, he's making progress. coming off of a situation like last year where it's a significant rehab and all that, it's going to take some time. I thought he and Wiseman both were ahead of where I probably expected them to be headed into camp, and they're doing well. They're doing well, and it's week to week, we're going to see more and more improvement.
It seems like Ben Shepherd's play style doesn't require as much fielding time. He just was out there running. But what did you make of his first minutes for you guys?
He helped us. He helps us with the things that he does that are important with the speed and in the movement, and defensively he's a very solid system defender, and he has pretty good positional size. So we need as many of those guys available as we can get. So right now, we're hoping that Walker comes along and feels better, and that Furphy is on a path to play sooner than later as well.
Taelon, Rick said that he asked you, I guess, in a timeout last week if you'd ever played point guard before, and you said no and wanted to try. Is that right? Had you never played point guard anywhere, I guess, and what was it like to start doing it in an NBA game?
Yeah, it's been all you can ask for is, opportunity, and being out there at the two where I was comfortable at was great and all, but just another opportunity to get on the court, in the NBA, and it was a no-brainer when he asked me. I didn't want to lie, but I was like just honest with him and told him that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get out on the court. So it's been challenging, but love the challenge and love the opportunity to continue to grow and expand my game.
I guess what part of it has been challenging is when you're not used to that. What are the things, especially at this level, with this caliber of player and caliber of teammate, what does it take to? What are the challenging parts of it?
Yeah, as a point guard, you really got to know all your teammates. On another level, you got to know what they like. You got to know where they like to get their shots off. You got to know, who to look for in transition. You got to push the pace. You got to be a leader. And that's something that, I'm really good, and it's easy to run and sprint to the corners and knock down shots. But being able to get everybody where they need to be and know every spot on every play, it's something that is a challenge, but something that they've been really great helping me transition into, and they've been real gracious with me throughout the process.
Did you have to call plays in the game at all?
I had they kept it brief with me. They gave me like 3 go-tos. If it starts getting stagnant, so a couple, but like I said, they were great about it and keeping it simple for me.
How much did these preseason games and actual minutes help you with just comfortability coming in as a rookie?
Man, the world, and as weird as it sounds, Fan Jam really helped me a lot before leading up into the first preseason game. Just playing in front of the crowd and whatnot got me used to a little bit of what the fans are going to be like and playing in front of them. And in that game, I really got to notice it. Like, it's basketball at the end of the day. Once you're in between those 4 lines, it's you versus them, and the outside noise, you really can't hear it while you're out on the court. So the preseason games, not being nervous about the fans or anybody, it really allowed me to focus on what's happening in the 4 lines and kind of get more comfortable and more used to being out there playing against the top talent in the world.
What did you like playing with Shepherd and that backcourt and for that second unit in San Antonio?
Man, I mean, he's amazing. He makes other people's lives so much easier on the court. He does all the things that guys don't really want to do or honestly want to do. So with him being out there, it made life a lot easier.
What do you feel like are the biggest areas you improved over the course of this? Where do you feel like you got your game better? I know it's just comfort, but where do you feel like your skills improved?
Yeah, I would say defensively. I mentioned it after the last game. It's a challenge that I took on starting in summer league, and a place where I've seen my game grow exponentially. It's crazy. I've surprised myself with how much a little bit more effort can make you a better defender. But also just the ability to hear something once, and put it into action on the court, and being coachable. It's something I've always been, but just being able to remember things and you know, it's a whole new system. So getting in here this fast, this early, and I feel comfortable with all the plays and whatnot. And now I'm learning them at, all the positions. So it's a challenge, but it's something that I've surprised myself with how well I've picked up on it.
You've heard from Coach McKay or anybody at Liberty since these games have gotten going?
Every game. I get a phone call after every game, giving me the truth, good, bad, the ugly, something that he did with me all last year. Yeah, he's continuing to make me feel like I'm in that locker room, which is unique to basketball in general, and it's keeping me grounded and keeping me confident and keeping me focused and, keeping the main thing the main thing.
I think you told me you made fun of his suits at one point when you were there. Does he make you laugh in any ways?
Oh, man, we've gone at it since the day he called me trying to recruit me to come to Liberty. It's been back and forth, so, every time we talk, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, so, yeah.
Preseason wrapped up. What do you feel like you guys accomplished or got out of these 4 games in terms of setting something up or adding chemistry, whatever?
I think we did a good job just seeing where we're at, offensively, defensively. It's a new year, a lot of new guys learning the new system. I thought we accomplished what we wanted to.
With that starting group, especially with Isaiah mixing in there, I know he asked you a lot about that. How do you feel like he got better is not the perfect word, but continued to kind of find his way of fitting into what you guys do?
Yeah, I think it's just, him getting back to playing at our pace every day and understanding what's being asked of him, and what's being asked of him is not easy. And just what everybody, having done it for another year longer than him, just trying to get him up to speed, and he's done a great job.
He's obviously been on the team with you guys, but he was with the second unit. He's barely even overlapped with Pascal in general because he got hurt last year. What is so much different, if anything, about what he's asked to do with you guys versus what he maybe had to do before he got hurt?
I think just being, running to the rim and then asking him to come back up, back and forth, being able to screen on the catch and roll to the rim hard, and just offensive rebounds. It's a lot very quickly.
It seems like there's been a lot of good chemistry among kind of you, Ben, Drew, and Pascal. Obviously, your numbers are plus minus everything else. What's clicked as far as chemistry has gone?
Yeah, just ball movement, understanding. I think with Tyrese being down, understanding that we're not all just trying to do it by ourselves, and we got to do it by committee. To kind of fill the void that Tyrese leaves us. And so I think we've done a good job communicating that with each other and just leaning on one another.
What is different about how the way the ball has to move? Like, it obviously does have to move. You guys are obviously playing with the same level of pace and tempo, but what have you picked up on?
Everybody has different strengths. So it's just playing everybody's different strengths, putting them in the positions that they need to be in to succeed a little bit more than we had in the past.
What have you thought of what Taelon has done as a rookie on a two-way in these couple games so far?
I think he's going to help us a lot. I'm actually really excited to see how he does this year. For a rookie coming in and also coming into a team like us where it's not necessarily easy to pick things up quickly, he's done a phenomenal job of kind of integrating himself and doing what he needs to do to get on the floor, get playing time, and I'm excited to see what he brings.
You guys, Hugh's hurt, TJ's hurt, Cam's gone now. Collectively, for us, like a backup point guard behind Drew, how does that have to work? Is it ball movement, pressure on the rim? How do you guys make that happen?
I said, ball movement, do everything by committee. It's never just one guy. So,
Coach talked about getting chemistry. How do you think the chemistry has developed just overall as a team, not just that 4 of you guys, but the rest of everybody?
We've always been a close group, so I don't think the chemistry is going anywhere. We'll continue to build it and just continue to get better together.